Hi and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project, we're going to be removing the shower assembly that's on here right now, just because we don't want this big piece on the wall here, but it's personal preference of course. So we're going to be removing this whole assembly here, and we're going to be installing this. This is one that I happen to pick up, and this is not that I'm endorsing this product, it's just this is the one that I picked up to install. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to come in everything. The most important thing we need to do is we need to gain access to this area right up in here. We don't know exactly what we're going to find, but we're going to take it off and we're going to cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, so let me show you what tools you're going to need, and then we're going to get started and we'll get this job done. We're going to need to do. This is the shower itself. We're going to need to take this piece off up here. This piece I don't even know what's up in there. We're going to have to take it off and we're going to cross that bridge when we get to it. But this piece is not provided with the new shower head itself. So if this is no good and not usable, we need to purchase one and put it in. So we bought one just to play it safe. All right, so here's an example of what tools we're going to need. We're going to need a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head. We may need a pair of locking channel locks like this. We may need something to hold the pieces in the back of it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This is the replacement that we're going to be putting in there, just because it's brushed nickel, of course, to match the shower head itself. We're going to need some thread sealer, because it's very important that when you put this in, either you use Teflon tape or you use some sealer such as this one right here. And of course we have two different color grouts here, because when we take the assembly off, we're going to have a hole in the tile that we're going to need to deal with. Now by hole in the tile, I mean inside over here, we're going to have somebody actually screwed a screw into there. We're not going to put this whole assembly back on, so we will need to patch up that hole there and the hole there. All right, so enough talking. Let's get in here and let's get this job done. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this off right here and get this out of the way. So we're going to take this and bring it down out of the way. We're going to get our channel locks. We're going to remove, let's just get you up here so you can see what's going on. We're going to take this off right up inside here first. So we'll grab our channel locks. Okay, let's take this totally off. We may leak a little bit of water, so be careful. I want to mention this to you too. Make sure you close your drain just in case anything falls. It doesn't go down your drain. All right, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to pop this cover off right up in here. And it's just a little plastic cover. You put a flat screwdriver in there and you pop it right off. This is a flat screwdriver. Let me just show you what it looks like. That's it right there. We're going to need to remove that screw right there so we can take this assembly off so we can deal with this piece right here. All right, so we're going to take that screw out. I know I might be blocking your view. That's a long screw. Wow. Okay. We'll take this off. We don't need this anymore. Now we need to remove this piece here. Let me get a pair of pliers and we'll take that off. Piece off. Now we're going to need to remove this piece here because this is not long enough to accommodate our new shower head and to also put that beauty ring over the top. So let's take this piece here, out here. We can try using these vice grips here. If this doesn't work, we're going to use a plumber's wrench. So we'll see. We just grab it by the end here. This is no good, so we're going to be replacing it anyway. this out. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's all sealant on the threads right here. So we're going to need to put sealant back on there when we put the new one back in. So this is going to be trash. Okay, so we're going to put that on hold for a second. We're going to take these off right here. And again, we're going to take a flat screwdriver and we're going to pry this piece off. Same thing on the bottom. We'll pry that off on the bottom as well. Back you up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. We're going to take out, this is a flat Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so I can feel the whole thing is just spinning around. All right, so it's not loosening up, so that tells me that the moly in the wall is spinning. So let me show you how you can get that out now when the moly spins. What you do is you come in here with your screwdriver, you're going to turn it counterclockwise and you pull on this. And sometimes it'll hold the moly so you can rotate it out. Okay. I can feel the moly is just spinning. I'll do the same thing on the bottom. Bring it down here so you can see what I'm doing here as well. This is just spinning as well. Okay. Now we're just going to apply pliers like this, and we're going to hold in the back. Let me show you. Our pliers now, we're going to tilt this. We're going to put it up underneath the bottom like that, and we're going to hold the moly, and then we're going to rotate the screw and take it out. Because the moly is just turning inside the wall itself. And once you feel you can turn it by hand, then of course you can turn it out by hand. And we're going to hold that moly with the pliers in the back. And we take our screw out, and we'll put this on the side for now. Let's do the same thing on the top. We're going to come up here with our pliers and hold that moly as well. Okay, like that. And then we'll unscrew it. Okay, let's get these mollies out and we'll continue. We'll put this down for now. So now that we have it all taken apart, we can take these mollies out. Sometimes you can just grab them with a pair of pliers and pull them. We'll see. Okay, and that is the moly. See, when you put it in the wall, when it's in the wall, this screw, we bend this like this and put it in a wall like that. And then when you put this screw in here, this screw goes in and it pushes it open so that it actually seals up inside the wall itself. Okay, let's take the other one out, same thing. Just a pair of pliers. Hopefully it comes out. Yep. If it doesn't come out, you can cut this off with a pair of cutting pliers or a razor blade or something, and then just drop it inside the wall if you had to. But most of the time they come right out. Now this one I can tell you right now, when this was in there, this wasn't even done correctly, because this is not supposed to be like that. This is supposed to open up inside the wall we'll put it in the wall like this, and this is supposed to pull open like that to hold it inside the wall. So this wasn't even holding it on correctly. This was actually not very good, but that's not our problem. This is trash. Okay, next thing we're going to do now, first we're going to come up over here and we're going to take care of this piece right up inside here. We're going to put the new one in there. So let me grab it and we'll continue. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install this into the wall itself. And you can see right here, it tells you right on here, this is the wall end. This is the longer piece, so this is going in the wall. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our collar, the beauty collar, we're going to slide it up over the top like this and push it all the way on like this. Okay, and we're going to take that little piece that said wall, we're going to take that off. Now, like I said, you can use pipe sealer such as this, a liquid pipe sealer, or you can use tape. I'm going to choose to use tape on here. Even though the previous one had pipe sealer on there, I am going to use the tape on here. And the way you put that tape on is just pull it out. You want to be able to go around that connection there for at least 3 times. So we're just going to take a piece off like this. And now remember, when you're tightening this into the wall itself, it's going to turn in the clockwise position. So you want the tape to tighten up. Okay, and then we'll just wrap the tape around it just like this. Okay, so now as we tighten this into the wall, the tape itself will not be pushed out of the way. All right, so now we're going to take this and let's screw this into the wall. I'm just going to turn it, of course, till you feel the threads bite in. And once you feel it biting in, then we can tighten it up. Okay, now we're in. And we're going to turn it until it tightens up. And of course, you know, we have this pointing down, so it's pretty tight already. You can grab pliers if you need to, and you could hold this top piece right up here with pliers, but watch you don't scratch it. Okay. And of course, we push the beauty ring back on, and now this part is done. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the shower head on there. And as you can see, there's a little slot right on the side right there that you could put an adjustable wrench on. So that's what we're going to use to put this on. Now this particular one, you do not need to use tape on this piece up here, because inside here there's a rubber gasket inside there, or an O-ring. So we're just going to screw this on by hand first. Very loosely. And then we're just going to rotate it around. Okay. And we're going to grab our adjustable wrench. We're going to put it on here, and we're going to tighten it up. Not too tight, because you don't want to break anything. We're just going to snug it down. See that okay? I'm just going to snug it down. All right, just like that. And then we're going to loosen up. Actually, this is in a good position, I think, right here. Now you tighten up this lock right here. Okay, nice and tight. Next, we're going to take this and we're going to attach this up on the top. Make sure you use your washer that goes inside, right on there, like this, like this. And we're going to take this And we're going to screw it up to the top. Make sure your washer is pushed in there nice and tight. And then we're going to screw this up onto here. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And you'll feel it gets tighter, of course. I'm going to tighten it up as tight as we can by hand. Okay. Nice and tight. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is going to take this end here now, take our other washer, put it inside there. Make sure you push it down so it's flat. Get it in here. I'll show you what I mean. Just like that, nice and flat. Then we're going to take our hose and we're going to screw this piece onto here, just like that, and make it as tight as you can by hand. You probably do not want to use any tools, and that's like that. And then this connects on just like that. We're going to just spin this around a little bit so it's on not all twisted. That's it. This is it. And we'll make sure this is tight. And that's it. Our shower head is on. All right, let me clean up my tools and I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to make sure it works. Okay, as you can see, it works perfectly. Our shower head here is just squirting out through this one, and now we can turn on this one here if we choose to as well by just turning the diverter valve on the other side, just like that. And that's it. All right, of course, it's magnetic, so you can take this down if you choose to. And that's it. After we have this all assembled here, now we're going to come in here and we're going to fill in these holes that are here and here with the grout. So we went to a big box store and we picked up the grout that we think is going to be a good match. So let's mix up some grout and let's plug those holes up, and this job will be done, and on to the next one. All right, let me mix it up and we'll come right back. And now you can either use a screwdriver or you can use your hand to put the grout into the hole right here. One thing you want to do is you want to make sure you push the grout into the hole because you want it to seal all the way through. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, we'll let that dry. And now we're going to come down, we're going to seal up our last hole, and this job will be done. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. Now this grout, just so you know, it's going to be lighter when it actually dries up, so we're not going to have to worry about it. It'll blend right in. And the reason I know that is because I had previously done a repair right here. It was the exact same thing. Down on the bottom right here on another hole that was in the wall, and as you can see, it came out perfectly. So once this dries up, you won't even be able to see it. So as you can see, changing the shower head itself is really not that difficult. Just make sure that you use either that Teflon tape or use some kind of pipe thread sealer, otherwise you'll have leaks. Now if you put this together and you have a little leak through here or through here, then of course you can just tighten it up by hand because it is a rubber washer that's inside there. But that's it, this job is done and we're on to the next one. All right, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.